not be responded to until the 17th. If you need immediate assistance, hang up and dial 828-3171. Thank you. Thank you for calling the Vermont Attorney General's office. For consumer complaints against a business, press 1. For an employment discrimination complaint, press 2. For business hours, general information, or to leave us an after-hours message, press 3. For assistance from some other unit of the Vermont Attorney General's office, press 0, and someone will assist you. Please wait while we connect you. Please wait while we connect you. Please wait while we connect you. Your call could not be completed. Thank you for calling the Vermont Attorney General's office. For consumer complaints against the business, press 1. For an employment discrimination complaint, press 2. For business hours, general information, or to leave us an after-hours message, press 3. For assistance from some other unit of the Vermont Attorney General's office, press 0, and someone will assist you. Please wait while we connect you. Please wait while we connect you. Good afternoon, Attorney General's office.
Yeah, I was wondering who to talk to about filing a civil rights complaint on fraudulent mental health.
That would be our Civil Rights Division. I can give you their direct line if you'd like.
Yes.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
1 second. Yeah, I guess I'm ready.
Okay,
802-828
3657.
3657.
And when you call that number, sometimes there's someone there to answer it, sometimes there's not, so it's important that you leave your name and number and someone will call you back because they do check messages frequently.
Okay, thank you.
And I can transfer you right now if you'd like.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Okay, one moment. You've reached the Civil Rights Unit at the Attorney General's office. We are unable to take your call at this time. Please leave a message and someone will get back to you as soon as possible.
Yes, my name is Josh Norton. That's JOSHNORTON. Phone number is 558-7895, area code 802. I was looking to talk to somebody about filing a civil rights complaint on the state's use of fraudulent mental health to cover up an injury case and their inability to deal with it between the state. I'd appreciate a call back. Again, name's Josh Norton, JOSHNORTON. Phone number is 802-558-7895. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, Josh. This is Vanessa Lang calling from the Attorney General's office, and I'm returning your call. You can reach me at 802-828-5509. Thank you.
Well, kind of blurry. 802-828-5509. Yeah, this is Josh Norton. I called earlier and you left me a voicemail.
Hi, yes. We got your voicemail, so it's giving you a call back.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a problem with the state using fraudulent mental health to cover up a liability issue that ultimately, pursuant to civil law, they'd be responsible for.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, actually, I was involved in a potentially permanent injury case involving a state police officer, and quite a few conflicts involved in it, and the lawyer appointed in the case was a public defender, Amanda Mel, who decided to put in a fraudulent mental health case. I have her oral confession and everything involved in that situation, and it's still an ongoing case. It's been dragged out for 3 years, coming awfully close to the end of a civil deadline.
Okay, so something happened between you and the state police officer, or?
Originally, but it's kind of a conflict case due to the injuries and the way the reports and everything were handled. Basically, right now they're trying to whitewash it with fraudulent mental health.
And who is that? Who is trying to whitewash it?
It's a state liability issue that ultimately, pursuant to state Vermont law, actually revolves around the district and every party involved. So basically you're tossing a liability issue back and forth between state members that ultimately, pursuant to civil law, are responsible.
Okay, and so what is the original issue? What's the first thing that happened?
The original issue was I was in an accident and the cops didn't actually handle the case all that well. It ended up resulting in me being handcuffed with multiple broken bones, and reviewing evidence, it seems rather edited in farther favor of seeking a fraudulent case, so it would reduce their liability issues.
Uh-huh. Okay. And what caused you to call today?
Well, it's a continuing problem. It seems the state is trying to whitewash a civil side with fraudulent mental health. And I've had additional problems with hired parties of the court and court obstructing justice around it.
Okay.
All well documented.
Mm-hmm. And so do you have an attorney?
I have a public defender that, upon receiving some information, opted to put in a fraudulent mental health report, and it already resulted in a fraudulent deprivation of rights. I have her confession along with her conflicting her own previous reports that she put into the state, already resulting in a fraudulent deprivation and ultimately financial extortion on behalf of her own client in midst of a state conflict case that would reside against the state.
Okay. And so what specifically were you looking for at this point?
Well, actually, I was wondering what you plan on doing or what you can do about fraudulent mental health being used to cover up state liability issues. The particular lawyer in this case isn't exactly able to represent her case due to the liability issues it could perhaps bring up. It's more of a matter for the Attorney General himself to review and see what he can do about it in order to settle the case or present it.
Well, so my office, we take complaints for employment discrimination, so it doesn't sound like it's related to that. Is that right?
This is who I was directed to through another number.
Okay, and who directed you?
Originally I called the Attorney General Secretary and got a voicemail that was a little outdated, and it directed me back to this number.
Yeah. So, it doesn't really sound like this is related to an employment issue.
Well, with all due respect, considering you work for the Attorney General's office, you should be able to redirect me to someone who it may pertain to.
Yeah.
It's a civil rights complaint.
Let me think. You know, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I can definitely check with my colleagues and see who I might redirect you to, and then I'll give you a call back.
Yeah, I may not be available, so if you could just leave me a message. I'm kind of off and on, and depending on where I am, I don't have the best service or anything, so.
Okay, well, I'll leave you a message.
Alright, and it's more of a matter I'd rather talk to someone in person and present some information to.
Alright. Okay.
On the record.
I will definitely be sure to note that.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.